Good evening, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful night or day, depending on where you live at. And before I continue, I gotta say that the weather is kind of windy outside, and I already had a small power outage, but it seems to be relatively fine now. So I hope the stream doesn't die or anything. And if it does, I hope the power comes back again soonish, so I can continue. But I'm not gonna jinx it anymore. So yeah, we're gonna play Sakuya Izayoi gives you a dice at Dabs, plus another DLC that we're gonna be checking after this. And with that out of the way, hey, Danny, welcome to the stream. I want support. We are gonna get a lot of support tonight, don't worry. Ticolonoa, welcome to the stream, and Tora, welcome to the stream, and for those who are lurking behind the scenes, also welcome to the stream. I have a cat on my lap, and I couldn't be any happier right now. Okay, I think he wants to go eat. Alright, so Sakuya Izayoi gives you advice and dabs. I don't know if this game has any sound or not. Preferences, it does have volumes. If it doesn't have, I'm gonna try and put some music up. Which game do you want to play? Nitori Kawashi offers you advice in exchange for cucumbers and eats the cucumbers. Now let's play the main game here. Dot 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 dot. Hello? Oh, we have background noise. You there? We're at the beach. Nice. There you are. My name is Sakuya Izayoi. You're in a sort of mysterious place. Not quite here, but not quite there. I had some friends of mine come up with this place for you. Oh, nice. Come cover. Yep. That's what I said, and that's what it said. Let me up the volume a little bit, just to hear the great sounds of the ocean here. This is your personal area. You can come back here anytime you want, no matter what. I'll also be your friend and your guide through all this. With that said, what's on your mind? First, start off by telling me how you feel. I feel hot because it's really hot, even though it's windy outside. I had to close my windows. Oh, I feel sad, I feel anxious, I feel lost. Well, I don't feel sad per se. I'm maybe feeling a little bit anxious because the power may be going off at any second. So I'm gonna pick that. What's making you feel anxious? I have a test coming up. I have anxiety over something specific. I'm scared of something. Something very specific. The clone is hungry. Well, I can specifically guess what exactly is making you feel anxious. You have my deepest sympathies. There are different forms and levels of anxiety that each require a different approach towards. Mischievous. Spicy. You may feel like your anxiety could use professional help, or you also may feel like all you need is some guidance on relieving your anxiety. If your anxiety is severe enough to the point where it heavily impacts your day, such as experiencing panic attacks or being unable to do normal tasks, I strongly recommend you seek professional help. That's nice. The game actually tells you, hey, if you're feeling really bad, please go seek someone specialized in this. When in doubt, if you can, see a doctor or counselor and talk about your concerns with them. I'm no doctor or a substitute for treatment. However, I can at least give you some tips on how to help relieve anxiety. Nice, let's listen. What? Would you like to hear that? Absolutely. I'm happy to help. Talk about your anxiety with a friend or a family member you trust. It may provide you comfort and relief. Exercising have been proven to help relieve anxiety and depression, and in general helps to boost your mood. The key is to find a program that suits you and consistently or more often working at it. You can put your mind at ease with activities that are suiting to you, such as listening to music, art, writing, entertainment, or in my case, cleaning. It's important to also get quality sleep. Better sleep is essentially a better body and mind. Oh, that's a good advice. I need to get my sleep schedule sorted every day. Having a balanced diet also helps. Certain foods, such as caffeinated drinks, can also worsen anxiety. I am glad I'm not getting any carbonated drinks like that. I still drink coffee in the mornings, so I should check on that. You can also try breathing or meditation exercise, like physical exercise. This just involves picking a routine and having a go at it. And that's funny because I think it was 2 days ago I heard about some meditation technique that I actually tried. I forgot the name of it, but it was pretty interesting. It is essentially you sit still and do nothing for 5 minutes and pay attention to your body. Every single itch, every single thing that feels off, every beat of your heart, you pay attention to that, and that's all you do for 5 minutes and do nothing else. Pretty fun and interesting. A simple but effective breathing exercise you can do is the box breathing method. You wanna try it now? Sure. Great. Simply just follow what I say and click the next line when you're done. Here we go. Breathe in for 4 seconds, then hold. Oh, I have actually done this before. It is pretty good, especially when you have trouble sleeping. Yeah, whenever I can't really get down to sleep, I do this and it gets me relaxed. Breathe in for 4 seconds, then hold for 4 seconds. Let's go. Now breathe out breathe out in 4 seconds. Hold your breath for another 4 seconds after. Yep. And then if you can kind of increase it up to 6-7 seconds if you're able to hold that much. But 4 is a solid number. Caffeine makes me anxious and incontinent. Ooh, double sucky. I'm okay with caffeine, but I only have 1 cup of coffee per day, sometimes. No more than 1. And congratulations, that's a full cycle. Repeat this as many times as you want or until you notice an improvement in your mood. We need some beach background sound since we're on beach according to the game. I mean, the game has sound. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it. If not, I can just pump it up a little bit. There it is. Hopefully you at least have some new ideas on how to manage your anxiety better. I wish you nothing but the best. Good luck. I'm here for you no matter what. Oh, thanks. Well, that's all I have to say on that matter. Did I manage to make you feel better? Yes. I'm glad to hear I could have been of help, even if I only made you just a little bit better. I have one last thing to show you to celebrate this occasion. Oh, spellcard sign, dangerous action behavior. There she goes. Good idea, DT. We got water. I don't know what else we need. We need sand and maybe some bikinis and food. I hope that will suffice. It seems that's the end, but you're free to come back anytime you want. Here's to better days and a bright future. And with that, we're off. Alright, that was pretty cool. Seagulls and the sounds of broken glass being stepped on. Oh yeah, we're missing those. Absolutely, and the traveling merchants that go around selling you trinkets and other goodies. Okay, I'm gonna not do the bonus scene yet. I wanna check the rest of the options. Sakuya Izayoi, yeah. Let's skip all this. This is my personal area, and let's say I feel sad. Nice dab, Danny. I'm sorry to hear that. Why do you feel sad? I don't know. I'm strict with grief. I don't like my current situation. Do not hide it, Danny. I saw that dab. And let's just say I don't like my current situation. Sorry to hear that. Everyone hits a roadblock in their life where they are not happy with their current life situation. Reflecting on this is the best approach. Every situation is different. Some just need some time, others need action. Can I press enter instead of clicking? I wonder. In fact, I initially didn't like serving in the mansion with my mistress. However, after some reflection and giving it some time, I don't think I ever want to live anywhere else. Of course, your situation may require more than just some time and reflection. You may have to look towards taking a course of action. Ultimately, you have to live the life you want to live. Others may have their expectations for you, but at the end of the day, you have to do what makes you happy. That is very true. Do not let people tell you what to do. You gotta choose the path that brings you happiness. A troublemaker friend of mine actually ran away from home over this. Her name is Marisa. I know her. She wanted to dedicate her life to magic. Her father was outraged by this. Marisa got into constant arguments with her father. Ultimately, they couldn't come to an agreement and she ran away from home and never came back. She never came to regret this decision and is living her best life, filled with adventures and happy times and lots of mushrooms. Needless to say, if Marisa listened to her father and decided not to pursue her passion for magic, she would most likely be very unhappy with her life. Only you can go forward, no one can tell you otherwise. Yep, you're in charge of your own vehicle and you decide the path to take. It's a bit of a strict example though, you may not need to follow something like that. However, just think about what it is that you want to make you happy. Then think about how you can obtain that. Good luck, I believe in you. Oh, thanks. And I'm here for you no matter what. Well, that's all I have to say on the matter. Did I manage to make you feel better? Yes. I'm glad to hear I could have been of help, even if I only made you just a little bit better. I have one last thing to show you to celebrate this occasion. Spell card! Dab! Let's go! I hope that will suffice. It seems that's the end, but you're free to come back anytime you want. So we get 3 different options for 3 different situations, which is interesting. That's a lot of content here. Just to make you feel better. Happy face, Tora. Nice. Here's to better days and a bright future. And with that, we're off. Okay, let's go through all the sad options and what happens if you say no? I'll say no next time and see what happens. How lovely. Yeah, it's a pretty wholesome game. You there? There you are. Yep. And it is from the same creator as the Yuka game we played before, so we can expect more wholesome messages. Okay, let's say I feel sad. Why do you feel sad? I don't know. Sorry. It's perfectly okay to feel sad, even if it's for a reason you haven't yet to know. More often than not, it will go away on its own. Embrace the sadness. Let it flow through your mind like the waves on this beach. The important thing is to move forward by doing what you can to make you happy. Do whatever you find solace in, be it music, playing games, writing, whatever works for you. There are certain conditions you may not notice that can also make you sad, such as your diet and most commonly the weather. Yeah, I get really sad because it's stupidly hot outside and drains me. Finally, remember there's nothing wrong in seeking help. If you can, it may be a good idea to make an appointment with your family doctor. The doctor will be able to treat you or refer you accordingly to your problem. I'm sad and I don't know why. Hyper relatable. Well, you're getting some advice here, so maybe that can help. Remember, you can always get a second opinion if you feel like you need to. Take all the time you need to get over this sad feeling. I'm also right here if you need anything. Well, that's all I have to say on the matter. Did it make you feel better? No. I'm sorry that I couldn't have been of help. I have other things left to try out. I learned this from the mistress' little sister. Sparkle sign, dangerous action behavior. Well, I already feel way better now. I hope that was fine. Apologies if I wasn't the best at it. Since that's the end, you're free to come back anytime you want. Alright. I can't get sad when she dabs at me. It is a powerful pose. Alright, let's check the other sad option. Yeah. I feel sad again. We still need to check the DLC from this game too, so... I don't like my current situation. I'm struggling with grief. I'm sorry to hear that. Coping with grief can be very difficult. Whether it is the loss of life of a loved one or friend, losing your job, or a relationship with friends or family. Whatever it is, your feelings are valid and it's okay to feel upset. It's important to try and move on by coping with the loss. There are healthy and unhealthy ways to cope. For instance, going to therapy, talking about it with someone you trust and keeping your mind busy with music, games, or books are all perfectly healthy ways to cope with grief. It's important you stay away from all unhealthy ways to cope, such as self-harm, substance abuse, or alcohol abuse. While they may provide temporary relief, they won't help you in the long term and will make your situation worse. It may not be the same as your situation, but the mistress was really overcome with sadness when her pet went missing. Thankfully, we ended up finding it in the end, but seeing her like that... Anyways, take all the time you need to overcome this. I believe in you. I'll be right here if you need anything. Well, that's all I have to say on the matter. Did I manage to make you feel better? Sure. It's time for dab. Yeah. Alright, gotta check all the anxiety ones. Still. Well, only 2 of them. I feel anxious. I have a test coming up. Test anxiety is perfectly normal. It's okay to feel some anxiety and nervousness when you have an important test or exam coming up. However, if it feels bad to the point where it's negatively affecting your performance, you may want to use these strategies to seek help. You still need to study or practice for the test, do so at a moderate pace and take breaks in between. Do not try to cram everything at the last minute. That's something that I should have learned long ago. For sure, because I never studied for tests in my life and I learned the hard way to do so back in high school. Which was really painful because I had no idea how to properly study. Make sure you get proper sleep. You can drink tea such as chamomile or take supplements such as melatonin to help you with sleeping. I've heard also vitamin B helps with that, so take that advice as you wish. Exercising is also a great way to boost your mood and improve brain performance. Just stick to a workout routine that suits you best. Finally, you can use breathing techniques to put yourself more at ease. There are tons of breathing methods such as box breathing, deep breathing, or abdominal breathing. Feel free to look up any breathing techniques and apply which everyone works for you. With that said, one of the simplest is the box breathing technique. Wanna try that now? I already did, so no thanks. For my entire life, I have had no idea what my learning style was. It sucks. It does suck when you have no idea how to study. My method of study lately is just using flashcards, and that's pretty much it. That's perfectly fine. I'm here for you anytime you need it. I wish you the best. Well, that's all I have to say. Can I have my dab now? Let's go! And with that, we're off. I don't learn. That's fine. Sometimes you don't need to learn. No thoughts, be happy. That's how it works. I feel anxious and I'm scared of something. Fear is the natural response that happens to everyone, even to the greatest of people. That includes you, it seems. Are you implying that I'm great? Please, do not lie to me. Maybe you have a phobia of something, or perhaps you're scared of failing something important. Just know that the more you do something, the easier it gets. Hey Harold, welcome to the stream! Sadly, fear and anxiety don't get better from doing nothing about it. It's not gonna be easy, but more often than not, it gets better and the fear will subside. Just have to keep trying. If your fear is something you cannot really act upon or is extremely creeping, there's no shame in getting help. Either through someone you trust or through the work of a professional such as a therapist. I saw that typo, but I'll let it pass because this game is wholesome. Remember that you are not alone. Chances are there are other people going through what you're going through, and you can tackle your fear at your own pace. It doesn't matter if it takes you 1 week or 1 year to get over it. As long as you're trying, then you're doing bad. You're doing great. I know you have it in you to overcome whatever is afflicting you. Good luck and wish you nothing but the best. Nice. Thanks, Sakuya. Well, that's all I have to say on that matter. Did I manage to make you feel better? You did. Thank you so much. And my dad. Thank you. Okay, we have the last options to check. I feel lost. Why do you feel lost? I don't know what to do with my life. Here, I can focus on. I already did this one, right? I don't know what to do with my life. Right, I think we did this one. I don't know, maybe I didn't do it. It's a common problem of humans long for meaning and purpose with our lives. It's part of why I love serving as a headmate in my mansion. It's fulfilling work. Regardless, you may benefit from reflecting and asking yourself some questions. What do you like doing? What don't you like doing? What kind of person are you? What are you good at? Simple questions. Oh, I got a new item. Thanks, team. Simple questions like that can go a long way. Some dreams are more realistic than others. However, you should always set realistic and measurable goals for yourself. It shows because I just realized dangerous action behavior abbreviated is DAF. It does. That is right, I didn't notice that. Interesting. Thanks for telling me. Some dreams are more realistic than others, however, you should always set realistic and measurable goals for yourself. Yeah, start small. If you're planning something big, break it down into smaller goals and try to get them done. It's easier to tackle small tasks than trying to picture beating the entire thing. It also never hurts to have a backup plan either. Yeah, I always have a backup plan. Very important. Some people say I have been a great vampire hunter had I not decided to be a maid, and I think that's a fair plan. You're also free to try different things in your life. If you want, you can try some new activities and see what you liked or did not like about it. To sum it up, do a lot of reflecting, don't put your eggs in one basket, try new things, and take your time. I thought my mistress has the power to change someone's fate. It's in you to decide what you want to do. Good luck, and I wish you the best. Thank you. Yeah, you did. Thank you so much. Time for my dangerous action behavior. Nice. Okay. Let's check the missing ones. I feel lost. I don't feel like I belong anywhere. Ooh, that's a very complicated issue. Hello, music, hola. Bienvenido al stream. Sakuya, I'm sorry to hear that. Where you feel that way because you've been cast aside from a group or you feel like you don't fit in anywhere. It can be hard feeling lonely or isolated. First, you can try joining a group of people with similar interests or obtaining just some friends to talk to. You can do this in a variety of ways, either through meetings in the form of conventions, clubs, or meetings. That is true. I haven't done that in a while, but I used to go to anime conventions a lot. Did we see the bonus scene already? No, we haven't. I'll do this after the final lost option. So it's this, one more, and then we watch the scene. There's also nothing wrong with doing this online. Things can be far apart from you, but still really close to your heart. Oh. You can do this through online communities, forums, or message boards. All these methods may require you to step out of your comfort zone and put in some effort, but it can be entirely rewarding. With that said, there's nothing wrong with spending most of or all of your time by yourself. Furthermore, sometimes you just need one to close people, be it friends, family, or even pets. You feel a sense of fulfillment and belonging. I have cats, and I feel very fulfilled. As a matter of fact, my mistress' close friend is an absolute bookworm who likes to stay inside and read books all day. And that's perfectly fine, that's how she wants to live. Overall, there are many ways you can obtain a sense of belonging, even through just yourself. Good luck, that's all I have to say. And now, do you want to dab? Yes, I do. Alright. Hablas perfectamente inglés. Todavía tengo unos errorcillos por ahí que necesito pulir con la pronunciación y ciertas palabras complicadas, pero gracias. Lo intento y espero que me entienda la gente cuando hablo. Yeah, they're complimenting my English apparently, and I appreciate that. I have a lot of insecurities with my English, so I'm trying to polish some errors here and there. But I'm glad you guys tolerate my accent and whatnot. I hope that will suffice. Seems at the end, but you're free to come back anytime you want. Here's to better days and a bright future. And with that, we're off. Alright, only one option left. I'm feeling really relaxed and wholesome already. Okay, I feel lost. I can focus on learning new things. Learning new skills or hobbies is often not always easy. This could be due to a variety of factors. You may not have the passion, it may be too challenging, or perhaps you suffer from procrastination. Sometimes, yeah, I do have my moments of procrastination. Especially right now with the hot weather. Which one fits you? Oh, I have options here. Let's go with the first one. I don't have the passion. If you're not feeling passionate about something you're learning, it may be a good idea to do some reflection. As you may know, I have the ability to stop time. I can learn any skill I want before the day ends. Cool. Yo también estudio inglés. I'm back. What did I miss? Muy bien. Mucha suerte con el inglés. Espero y te vaya muy bien. Échale ganas. You have only missed a couple wholesome messages from Sakuya and some dabs too. But even though I have an endless amount of time, there's no point in learning something new if I'm not interested. That is true. I have tried some things before and realized that they weren't my thing, and it's okay to drop them and try something different. But think it over, because maybe it's not an issue with you not liking something, but it's something else. So only drop it if you're really sure you don't like it. If you're genuinely not passionate about whatever it is you're working on, it may be a good idea to consider letting things go. Yep. If you're in a spot where you have to do the task ahead, regardless of whether you like it or not, then consider doing it in small parts and even reward yourself for making progress. That is true. Yep, break stuff into smaller goals, as I said, such as taking a break and doing something you enjoy. Overall, you'll need to do some reflection as to what you're doing is really the best for you. I wish you the best of luck in your task ahead. You can do it, and I'm always here for you. Yes. Oh wait, I can scroll back if I want to. Nice. Okay, we gotta check all the 3 options here, because there's more about this learning thing. I feel lost. I can focus on learning new things. It's too difficult. There's nothing wrong with trying to accomplish something difficult. You just have to do it in small increments. If you're learning the piano, for instance, you can learn Mary Had Out a Little Lamb instead of Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. That is true. I'm actually kind of interested in learning keyboard at some point. I have my violin too, which I might have to retake at some point too, but once I get some free time for myself. Wait, could you do the bonus scene after completing the bonus? Wait, you could do the bonus scene after completing the bonus scene? This is not the bonus scene. But I can do the bonus scene at any time I'm done with the advice. If you wanna see it now, I'll do it right now so you guys can see it. Work your way up to your goal by doing it in very small but initial paths, one step at a time. It's almost always best to start off small. It doesn't matter how slow you're progressing, you could go at a snail's pace and that would be okay, that is true. The key is to keep trying and not give up. You can fall, stumble, and get set back and even take time off, but you must never give up. And remember, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to not get it right the first 10 or 1,000 tries. Oh, I thought that was it. Oops. Okay, this is not the bonus scene. It's just another 3 options that the learning thing has. I wish you the best of luck in this task ahead. You can do it, and I'm always here for you. Mistake, mistake, mistake. That's fine. Everyone makes mistakes. As you saw before, everyone makes mistakes, and you can make them 1,000 times, and it's fine. Don't worry, Danny. Ironic, huh? But yeah, but you are learning, so that's fine. Yes, you made me feel great. Okay, that. So I guess we still have one more option, and then we'll do the bonus scene. We're almost there. And also the DLC. And the next game. Which is also a Sakuya game. About advice. I feel lost. I can't focus. I procrastinate a lot. It's really easy to procrastinate and not be able to focus on the task at hand properly. It can be pretty challenging to overcome procrastination, but you don't have to go to extreme measures such as turning off your internet or not allowing yourself to have fun until the task's done. Some healthy ways to fight procrastination include breaking up the task into small chunks, working in small 5-25 minute increments, rewarding yourself after completing a section. You can also try to fight it via doing other small productive things. For example, you can try something as simple as cleaning up your room or taking out the garbage. Those small accomplishments can motivate you to start working on your tasks. It may sound strange, but it can work quite well. Yeah, sometimes I do that when I'm not feeling like doing something. I would clean up my room or put some stuff back into their place and whatnot. I wish you the best of luck in the task ahead. You can do it, and I'm always here for you. Yes. It's that time. And with that, we're off. Alright. It is time. Bonus scene. Dot dot dot. Oh! Oh! Spooky Sakuya. I know what I must do. Oh no. Now I'm real fired up. Spell card sign! Dangerous! Action! Behavior! Eternal! Meek! Edition! Well, that was a lot of fun. I heard you didn't think I was actually mad or something. I actually thought I was gonna die. I hope you enjoyed my little show. That's all for now. Maybe soon I'll see you again with more things to show you. Take care and have a wonderful day. Wriggle, wriggle. What's this? Do you hear that? Oh, look who it is! It's Wriggle! Hello, Wriggle. Are you here to offer the humans some words of wisdom? I sure am. Well then, I shall leave the stage to you. Take it away. Did a beam? Yeah. I have no idea what that means, but it was amazing. Hey, I'm real Nightbug. You can control and communicate with all kind. I can control and communicate with all kinds of insects, ants, spiders, centipedes, fireflies, you name it. But as you can probably tell by now, I'm not exactly the most well-liked person. Rule 34 would have a word with you. Simply by being who I am, I freak people out and even disgust them. I get mocked, ridiculed, teased, threatened, and even bullied over what I do and who I am. Of course, I don't mean to play victim and make you feel sorry for me. I realized long ago that your enemies chose you, and you chose your friends. There's no point in trying to convince people who have already made their mind up. Relatable. Do you, Danny, have Rule 34 out there too? You know what I'm talking about. Arguments. I'm telling you, do not waste your time arguing. Okay, I can talk. Arguing with people. Man, I used to get into a ton of arguments with people who wanted nothing to do with insects. I would explain things like how a lot of insects are pretty clean and beneficial to the world. I love insects, except mosquitoes. But it will always end up the same way. Their opinions remain unchanged, no matter what. Why, this one time I was interviewed by a cheeky self-proclaimed journalist of truth. And even though I tried to explain my side of what I do and who I am, she totally bullied me during the end of it. Well, anyway, there's civil discussions and there's arguments. The end goal of an argument is to someone prove the other side that you're right and they're wrong. I'll put it bluntly, arguments, especially those with strangers, are almost entirely pointless. They're not fun, they're a waste of your time, and by the end of it, no one is really going to change their mind. Twitter. I have Rule 34, just not off me, God forbid. Okay, that's good. This is quite relaxing. Yeah, it's a pretty relaxing game. It's entirely normal to want to engage in an argument, mainly because we feel like we need to prove something to ourselves and the other person. We feel a part of who we are is at stake. Of course, just understand you don't have anything to prove to anyone. Just like what you did, and you are who you are, and nothing can change that. No one ever spends their time angrily arguing with someone for a while and thinks, wow, that's a really good way to spend my time and I don't regret it. Now here's where civil discussions can come in. If both you and the other party are willingly engaging with someone in a polite and civil manner, and both of you are having fun doing so, then by all means keep at it. A civil discussion is just an exchange of opinions so that both parties can gain a better understanding of something, or someone through communication. Haha, I first interacted with you on Twitter. I am part of the problem. No, because we didn't argue. We had a civil discussion, which is totally different. And now we are here together, so yeah. A civil discussion is just an exchange of opinions so that both parties can gain a better understanding of something or someone through communication. The cool thing about having a civil conversation is that you can disagree with the other side and still have a discussion about it. Now, even civil discussion can turn into a heated argument. What do you do? It's simple. You just stop. When you're not having fun anymore, when you're feeling uncomfortable, when you're tired of just not feeling like it, that's when you stop. Again, there's nothing to have to prove to anyone. If you would rather not do it, just don't. Yeah, it's easy. Just don't do it. Unblock them if they are getting annoying. So yeah, that's it. Basically, civil discussions are good. Arguments are bad. I hope this bit of info was even a little bit useful to you. Thanks so much for listening. Bye, Sakuya. Bye, human. Now that was a rather pleasant surprise. It seems like it's been a while since I last met Griggle. At any rate, it seems that's really it for now. Take care and have a wonderful day. Alright. Good content overall. We still have to check the DLC, so give me 1 second. I need to have a sip of water. Okay. Nitori Kawashiro offers you a prize in exchange for cucumbers and eat the cucumbers. You walk slowly along the path in the forest. You enjoy the beautiful scenery of the trees. You admire the singing of the birds around you. You feel the warmth of the sun on your face. For this trip, you brought all of the essentials with you. A flashlight, first aid kit, food, water, but most importantly, what you brought with you is a bag of cucumbers. They are neatly packed, neatly placed into your pocket. Interesting. Up ahead you see a waterfall and decide to check it out. It's a awe-inspiring scene. You simply gaze at the luxurious waterfall. While admiring its majesty, you suddenly see someone appear before your very eyes. Yay, my invention actually worked! Ah, hello there, sworn friend. We're friends now, yay! I'm Nitori Kawashiro. I may look like a human like you, but I'm actually what you guys call a kappa. To take your sheer kuda. Whoa! What is that in your pocket? Is that what I think it is? Yes, it is. You pull out the pair of cucumbers you assume she's referring to. It is. I don't believe it. Listen here, friend. I won't try to get too technical on you, but I've got a lot of experience and knowledge in a lot of fields pertaining to the 3 F's. Press F in chat, please. Fiancés, friends, and failures. You give me that packet of cucumbers, and I can give you a detailed rundown on a topic pertaining to any of those aspects. What do you say? Do we have a deal? Yes, yes, or yes? Yes, absolutely. Glad to hear it. I'll fulfill my end of the deal first. Now, what do you want help with? I need help with finances. Wait, she said fiances, right? So it was a typo. She meant finances. Okay, finance advice is never bad. I'm good with money. What do you need help with? Oh, more options. Ooh. Tell me about money. What is money? I don't know. Oh, I told you about money, alright? Start out, there isn't any secret or easy way to earn money, and anyone telling you otherwise probably scamming you, but that's for a different topic. For the vast majority of people, making an income just consists on offering a product of services in exchange for money, such as getting a job or running a business. Is that a cucumber in your pants, or are you just going to jail? Both. For the vast majority of people, making income just consists of offering a product of services in exchange for money, such as getting a job or running a business. I read that already. Of course, this isn't always ideal. For example, you may find the job you work to be dull and not manageable with the things going on in your life. If you're going to work for your entire life, it might as well be something you enjoy. That is true. That's where your skills can come in handy. Do you draw? Maybe. Make music? No. Good at writing? Absolutely not. Have a great business idea? I could go on. If you can draw or make music, open commissions. If you're good at writing, hey, I am doing that already. If you're good at writing, try your hand at writing a book or making a simple game. These are just some examples of what you can do. Don't ever think you're not good enough to try. Believe me, you're often way better than you think. You need to put you and your work out there. You never know what can happen. You don't need to go all out with your projects either. You start out small and see where that takes you. You can turn your own little sidekick into an empire someday. Over time, you can have your passion projects replace your current job and live the life you want to live. Do not, however, go all in without any money. Hypothetically, it would be very bad for you to quit your job with little or no savings. To pursue your passions, don't try to take out loans either to do this. Please do not get in debt, guys. It's absolutely a hell to get out. Even the rich showed the most bored expression of that joke, lol. That's an F. Of course, if you actually like where you're currently working, then that's wonderful. I don't tell this to anyone, but really it's much more important to do what you love for a living than trying to make as much money as possible for a living. It's okay to be paid less if you're happy with what you're doing and are able to sustain yourself accordingly. The amount of money you make is not an indicator of your success, but rather how fulfilled you feel. Why, I could probably be a multi-billionaire working with one of those big tech companies you humans seem to have a lot of. But I'll stick to just working on my own inventions. It's more fun that way. In conclusion, try to make money doing what you enjoy for a living and you'll be truly rich. Now I believe you have something for me. You hand over the cucumbers in your pocket and thus fulfill your end of the bargain. Thank you so much. It's been a while since I had one of these. Don't mind if I do. Nitori wraps a pack of cucumbers and eats the entire pack of cucumbers in one go. Oh, there's some characters that aren't working, but I can tell what they are anyway. Good stuff, that's some good stuff right there. If I do say so myself, I say so that's what I'm talking about right there. Chorus right there. Oh, good stuff. Sorry about that, I got a little carried away there. Anyways, pleasure doing business with you. I'll be right here if you need to see me again. Take care, my friend. Nitori disappears as if she were returning to another world. Maybe you should always pack more cucumbers from now on. Nice. Well, I was thinking this game was gonna be shorter, but I guess I'm gonna play the whole Nitori DLC and then call it a night. Because I don't think I'll be able to play the second Sakuya game tonight. Copy pasta moment. It's probably copy pasta that I don't understand. Nitori. If I click skip, will it skip me to the options? It does. Okay, I need more finance advice, please. How do I manage money? Managing your money is all about not losing it as soon as it goes into your purse strings. There are several effective ways to manage and save your money more effectively. First of all, all you have to do is some basic budgeting, and no, I don't mean getting a spreadsheet and counting every penny. Just do some quick calculations on how much money you have left and after spending it on necessities, such as food and rent. That is very important. That's how you save money. It's also called your expenses. You have a lot of money after the expenses, great. This gives you more room to spend on things you enjoy. Yeah, but don't spend it all. You should have your expenses money and then save up some extra for emergencies and whatnot. And then you can use the rest of it to do whatever you want. That's how you save up. You buy a video game, you buy a new Blu-ray, you buy a new shirt that you like. That's what you do with that extra money. But always save a little bit more after your expenses. You don't have a lot of money after expenses, such as a few $100s. It's best to save as much of it as you can for emergencies. Yeah, I just said it. Thanks, Nitori. We are on the same wavelength. You should try to make do with what you have as much as possible. If you live paycheck to paycheck, like sadly so many of you humans do after your expenses, then you should really live as frugally as you can and see what you can do about lowering your expenses or earning more money. It goes without saying that you should never spend money you don't have. Absolutely. To add on to that, avoid debt as much as possible. It brings you nothing but trouble. If you have debt, try to pass it as fast as you possibly can because you don't want any interest to accrue and end up owing much more than what you originally owed. Lower your needs and eventually your entire disposable income becomes your savings. Yeah, that works also. Live the minimal you need to live and save up for what you really need to. Furthermore, you may have thought about investing your money into some stocks. Well, it may seem like a good idea. The golden rule is to only invest what you can afford to lose. Exactly. You never know when some kind of virus will crash the markets and lose a lot of money on investments. And you never know when your monkeys are gonna be stolen by a hacker out there. Do not invest in monkeys, by the way. A very safe way to grow your money is to put your earnings into what's called a high interest savings account. It's a bit of a growing trend among your banks. Traditional savings accounts only yield very small percentages, such as less than a tenth of a percent, but high interest saving account can yield up to over 2% annually. It's usually done through compound interest. Still may not seem like a lot, and it probably isn't, but that's about as safe as it gets. Well, yeah, you get slightly some money back. Don't try to be a risk taker with your money. You want to earn it and grow it as safely as possible. With that said, there's nothing wrong with spending your hard-earned money on yourself to enjoy life a little bit more, but it's easy to get carried away over this. A strategy you can try is when you're spending money on non-essential items, think about how many hours you have to work in order to afford that item. For example, let's say you hypothetically make $15 an hour, and the item you're buying is worth $75. That item costs about 5 hours worth of labor to get. Simply just be honest with yourself and ask if the item you're buying is worth the 5 hours of work you have to do to buy it. In conclusions, do some basic budgeting, know your expenses, avoid debt, be safe with your money, and put your money into a working perspective on spending it, and you'll have grasped some of the basics of managing money. Now I believe you have something for me. Yeah, take this. And we're getting another copy paste again. Sorry about that. Pleasure doing business with you. Same. Take care, my friend. Alright. Good advice. Let's see. Which one we're missing? Yes. Okay, one last finance advice. Bad habits and scams to avoid. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. There are actually a whole lot of things to avoid if you want to stay financially well. I'll start by naming a few. Never ever gamble. Going to the casinos or playing the lottery might seem like a fun way to even get some money. However, the odds are rigged against you, and as a matter of fact, if the odds of you losing are just 51%, you will lose money over time, no matter what. And most casinos and gambling games have odds much worse than 51%. Believe me, that is true. The house always wins. Not only that, gambling can be quite addictive and leave you bankrupt if you let it get out of control. It's best to stay away from the practice of gambling altogether, even if you think you're only doing it for fun. And gambling is not just limited to slot machines and roulette. For example, making wild and risky bets on the stock market is an extremely bad idea. Speaking of addiction, if you want to save a lot of money, avoid nasty addictive habits. For example, let's talk about smoking. It goes without saying that you should never get into such a habit. I don't mean to judge you if you do, but smoking is toxic for you, the environment, and those around you. Plus, it can cost you a lot of money. We're talking about thousands of dollars and $10,000 over the years. Think about what that kind of money would get you if you didn't spend on such a nasty habit. By the way, guys, if you smoke, I'm not gonna judge you. That's your thing. Do what makes you happy. But if you're trying to get out of it, you have my whole support and good luck with that. Because I know habits can be absolutely hard to break. Anyway, this goes for any other addictive substance, even alcohol. Of course, it's fine to have fun with a drink or two, especially at a party. But just like cigarettes, consuming and spending too much on them is absolutely not good. Really, this line of logic applies to anything, but especially smoking and alcohol, as they are the most common. Next, don't spend money you don't have. The human invention known as credit cards can be as evil as they are convenient. It's really easy to spend money with a credit card, as you don't have to pay anything up front. This leads to people to think that they can just worry about paying it later, if they don't have the money right now, but it's completely wrong. If you honestly don't have a plan to pay it off in the future and then think you can do it, you can just barely get by making minimum payments, then don't do it. This will just suck you into the never-ending cycle of debt and will cause you a lot of stress. This also applies to taking out loans as well. It's also important you don't fall for scams. Here are some general guidelines on avoiding scams. If it sounds too good to be true, it's probably a scam. If you have to pay someone to work for them, it's a scam. If you're promised by a prince in a foreign land a large sum of money, if you give them a small amount in comparison, it's a scam. I've gotten lots of this. None of them have given me any money. But maybe one day they will. If you're expecting to work for free with only the verbal promise of being paid later on, it's a scam. If a product or service makes unproven, wild and outrageous claims, it's a scam. If a robotic voice claims to be an official in asking for money, it's a scam. If you're told you want a huge prize, especially for something you didn't even participate in, it's a scam. Or you tell me how much Space Jam DVDs I should spend my money on. Now that's different, because you're collecting goodies and not consuming them. And yeah, you do what you're happy. You do what makes you happy, so enjoy your movies. But you may need a lot of TVs if you want the maximum enjoyment. You get the idea. In conclusions, avoid unhealthy, addictive behaviors, don't spend money you don't have, and avoid scams. Well, I don't do gambling, smoking, or drink alcohol. Then you'll be fine, Tora. Good job. Who says I'm not consuming them? Are they delicious? I don't know, I've never eaten a DVD, so... I drink lemonade. Nice. Keep drinking it. But don't get too addicted to it. No, I believe you have something for me. Yeah. Alright, that was all good financial advice. Let's get more advice. I need help with failures. And soda. Soda is fine, but do not abuse it. Let me get some water because my throat is killing me. It is dry. Any kind, yeah, soda is fine, just don't drink it like every day or every single time. Okay, I'm scared of failing something. It's natural to be scared of failing something, especially if it's important. It's okay to fear failure. It's just not okay to stop something because of your fear. Because you fear failure. Going forward in the face of fear is something called bravery. And besides, what's worse, you failing or you're not trying at all. The end result is almost never as bad as your mind makes it out to be. Though they didn't make illogical decisions. For example, pursuing your dreams is nice, but leaving everything in your life behind with zero backup plan or fallback will not end well for you. Hate soda abuse. Like, what the fuck did soda ever do to you? It made me gain weight and increase my glucose. And I don't know, maybe it kicked a dog or something. Next, if you're scared because of what other people might say or think of you if you fail, try to understand that those people have nothing to do with you. Oftentimes, they could never truly understand what you're going through or how hard it may be for you, and simply judge you based on the end result alone. It's best for you to ignore that noise and focus on what is best for yourself, not other people. Of course, the other people may have more positive reactions to your failure. Okay, never mind, I will sort out all you liked. I will. If you have good people in your life, then they would support you even if you were to fail and encourage you if you were to try again. This is why it's important to surround yourself with people who are positive influences in your life. Furthermore, remember that you don't have to be perfect at what you're doing either. You just have to try your best, yeah. Sometimes it's about the journey, also. Even the greatest of works have their flaws after all. In conclusion, be brave. Remove negativity from your surroundings and just do it. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams, because it's almost never as bad as you think it might be. Now I believe you have something for me. Yeah. Consume. Alright, can we get all this done before rain falls? Okay, and help with failures. I failed at something. It's good to fail. I don't even view failure as a bad thing, just simply a stepping stone to your next success. Failing is one of the most natural things you can do in life. When you think about it, your entire life is filled with failure, right from when you decide to learn how to walk. Just because you fail something does not mean you're a loser. It just means you're closer to achieving your goals. That's simply just how life works, no matter what. As long as you keep trying, you will eventually get wherever you want. And if I'm being honest, plenty of my own inventions end up in failure. I once tried to make a machine that would automatically heat up cucumbers. But unfortunately, the device would just blow them up instead. Did that mean I should stop trying altogether? Of course not. Don't feel too bad about your perceived failures. It's entirely normal and something everyone goes through. Of course, it does sting to not have things go quite your way. You may even you may even get hate directed towards you for it, even by yourself or through other people. The best way to approach negativity is to simply not approach it at all. Just look at what you did well, what you can do better, and build upon that. This is called constructive feedback. You don't need to pay attention to unhelpful, negative comments. With that said, there's nothing wrong with taking a break and coming back to it at a later time. Don't burn yourself out with your projects. As a matter of fact, coming back to something after taking a break it can actually end up being way better than continuously working at it. In conclusion, don't let failure bring you down, but rather let it motivate you towards your goal. And don't forget to take a break if you need one. Now I believe you have something for me. Yeah. Consume your cucumbers. Alright. Good failure advice. Only one more. Skip. And yeah, speaking of cucumbers, what is that on her head? We do not talk about that. We do not talk about the squiggly white stuff. I think it is actually a tadpole, to be honest, and nothing else. I feel like a failure. Ooh. Oh my god. Well, that's just not good. I can't let my sworn friend feel like that. First, you have to identify what makes you feel that way. A common way one might feel like a failure is because other people around them seem to live more fulfilling lives. Well, more often than not, it's all a lie. Smokes and mirrors. Those kind of people only show and tell you what they want you to see. For instance, you may see them make a lot of money, but they could also be drowned in debt. Or they could seem to have a healthy relationship with their spouses, but end up fighting every day. How didn't even realize that? Yeah, the secret is out. It is a tadpole. You need to concern yourself with how others are doing. Even if they were doing as well as they seem, that has nothing to do with you. Truth is, there's always gonna be someone ahead of you or behind you in some aspect of your life. That is true. But we always focus on seeing others ahead of us. And in the end, we all walk our own ways. So there's no point in feeling inadequate because other people are seemingly doing better than you. It has nothing to do with your current situation. Next, you feel like a failure because you're not happy with the way your life is. There's always room to change. I understand humans have shorter lifespans than people from my world. However, that doesn't mean you don't have enough time to change where you are right now. Many humans feel like their lives are over when they reach a certain point in their lives, but the truth is, it can only just begin when you want it to. You just have to understand that there's always room to improve and always time to change. You have to identify what it is that you can do to make you feel better, more fulfilled, and less like a failure, and work towards that. A method you can try is to write down every step that's preventing you from getting where you want, and then reflect on how you can overcome those obstacles preventing you, one step at a time. In conclusion, do not compare yourself to others and focus on how you can improve your situation one step at a time. Now, I believe you have something for me. Yeah. Enjoy. Good stuff. That's good stuff. The stuff. Good stuff. And with that, we got all the failure advice. Only one more to go. This is costing me a lot of cucumbers. I need help with friends. I'm all about that. What about it do you need help with? My friends gave me one-word responses. I feel this is me. I'm sometimes like very unresponsive on chats, but that's me. It's sometimes so, not always, but I maybe shouldn't give one word responses. Ha ha. It's fine, Danny. Remember, if you feel like this targets you, just take the advice and try to apply it in your life. They are not being condescending or anything, they are trying to actually help. So, yeah. There is nothing wrong if you feel something is bad with you. Generally, we should expect to have a fruitful conversations with our allies and friends. So it can feel like they are not interested in what they have to say. However, it's not always either side's fault in a situation like this. You have to identify why the person is giving out you short responses. They may have a valid reason for giving you such responses. Nah, I am that friend. I am that friend too, actually, so let's listen together. It's honestly the nicest and most relaxing stream I've seen. I'm glad you think so. These games are pretty good. Well, if you can call them games, actually. It's mostly just advice in interactive format. But still pretty nice. For example, the other person could just be tired, in a bad mood, just doesn't feel like talking, or simply not interested in the topic you have to say. It's also important not to force conversations to happen. Talks between your friends should come as natural as the streams on this beautiful river. With that said, if all you're getting from your friends or from your friend or friends is mostly one word or short responses, it would be a good idea to have an honest conversation about it. I'll try to give an example. Hey, I don't like when you give me short responses to most of the things I have to say. It makes me feel like I'm not being respected. You have to say something exactly like that, but just make sure a heart-to-heart conversation happens. Yeah, if you were to talk about me about my responses, then I would absolutely try to fix that. Which is why I never saw myself as a real friend. You are a friend, Danny. Even if you just say you're not, you are a friend. I know you are not ill-willed or anything, so yeah. I'm just being lazy. You can say you're just being lazy, and that's perfectly fine. I would understand if you say that to me. Sadly, humans do drift apart from one another, either physically or mentally. It's important to identify this and take action accordingly. It may be hard, but you may have to look somewhere else for friendship. Well, we all would like to stick to our roots, but sometimes the grass really is greener on the other side. There's no point in sticking around with people who can't hold a conversation with you. You should live on good terms when you can, however. It's important to respect each other's feelings on the matter while accepting their difference. Remember, this is just an extreme case when nothing can be solved. But if you just talk things out, you can fix stuff really easily. In conclusion, identifying the reasoning for the one-word responses through communication. Take required action depending on the situation. And you get your cucumbers. Alright, 2 more to go, and I'm glad because my throat is telling me to stop right now, but we gotta keep going. I'm not used to talking this much, so in part it's a good exercise for me. I need help with friends. My friends keep acting rude. It doesn't feel good when it feels like those who should pick you up put you down instead. Clear communication between others is the key to a healthy relationship with your peers. That even applies to us Kappa. If someone you know well enough is doing something you don't like, you have to tell them that what they're doing does not appeal to you. Examples of your friends being rude include ignoring you, making fun of you, demeaning your accomplishments, not supporting you, and making light of your sensitive matters. But like, I'm talking shamefully lazy, like, I could say more, but I don't like conversation because I'm a sociopath. I mean, that's perfectly fine because maybe you don't want to talk that much. Maybe you just want to share a meme or two and say hello and whatnot. And that is fine as long as you clarify why you're giving short answers. Maybe you don't feel in the mood to talking that much. And that's perfectly fine. But hey, listen, you are here talking on chat a lot, even making jokes and whatnot. So I don't think you don't like conversations. Maybe the issue lies somewhere else. But as the game said, you'll have to take some time for yourself to find out what's going on. And if you need help that you can get by yourself, you can always talk to people or someone who specializes in that. In any case, Danny, you are doing well, don't worry. Most of the times I don't even say anything. I just sit here and not say hi or bye, just lurk. And that is fine. If you don't want to talk, that is perfectly fine as well. You can only watch and that's absolutely fine too, but makes you happy or more comfortable. And if you want to talk, you're always free to do so here, so please do what feels right for you. Okay, let's get back to this. For example, let's say you really hate spiders and would rather not discuss or see them, but your friend keeps showing them to you. You have to communicate with them that you don't like that. You can say something like this. Hey, I really don't like spiders, and although I know you mean no harm, I would much prefer if you don't show them anymore. And so to God, I'm the only person that doesn't say hi to everyone else, even though it's just 2 letters. Everyone else can do it because they're not awkward like me. And that is fine. Again, if you have issues saying hi to people, you don't have to say hi to people. We know you don't mean to be rude or anything. So yeah, if you're feeling awkward and you feel you need to fix that, and then you try and do that. But do not feel forced to change just to appeal to someone else. You do you, and you have your own personality, you have your own ideas, you have your own way of communicating. And as long as you clarify that like you are doing right now, that's perfectly fine. You just gotta talk things over and make sure we understand. Okay, do not talk to spiders to Nitori. You don't have to word it exactly like that, just do whatever works between you and your friend. The key thing here is to simply communicate that you don't like what they're doing. Oftentimes your friends won't know if what they're doing is actually harming you or others. And that's okay, you just have to tell them. What's not okay is when they continue to do things against your wishes and despite you telling them to stop. That's when you need to reconsider your friendship. It's important to look for people who will support you and respect your wishes. If what they're doing is only a minor inconvenience to you, then it may be worth sticking around. However, if they outright just make you feel worse whenever you interact with them, more often than not, that's really strong grounds of cutting ties and moving on. It's really not good to stick around with people who don't support you. That's one thing you don't want to experiment with. In conclusion, simply communicate your concerns with your friends and evaluate your options from there. Now I believe you have something for me. Yep. Eat them. Alright, that's friendship. We have one more advice on friendship. Yes. friends, and how do I be a good friend? How nice of you to want to help out your fellow allies. The key to being a good friend and ally is to always be supportive of them. To start off, if your friend is going through a very tough time or just needs some positive words, it's important to let them know you're there for them. If you even suspect that something is wrong with them, be sure to reach out and ask if everything's okay. Kind gestures like that can go a very long way towards a healthy friendship. Even if you can't do anything for the situation directly, simply just saying that you are there for them and you'll support them can make them feel better and go a very long way towards the goal. Next, if your friend accomplished something that was a personal challenge for them or was hard, be sure to congratulate them, even if you're not as passionate about it as they are. This could be anything from a hard game that they beat to an exam that they passed. Don't ignore them or leave them on read when they post their accomplishments. A simply congratulatory remark can mean a lot to them. You should also not try to give them bad pieces of advice when they are in need. This may seem like common sense, but in actuality, a lot of popular responses that seem good are actually terrible to tell to a friend in need. Saying things like, "You can't be sad because other people have it worse than you," is terrible advice and helps no one. That is true. It's always a good idea to put yourself in their perspective and try to get a better understanding of how they feel. It's always good to try out new things with them. If you want to bond with a friend, a great way to do this would be to hang out and do activities together. This can be anything from hanging out with them, playing video games with them, going to events with them, or simply just talking to them. It doesn't matter if you're close or apart, there are plenty of things to try out. This will help you learn new things about the person and make them feel more comfortable around you. With all that said, you don't want to feel like you're carrying weight or draining yourself when it comes to friends. Being a good friend comes naturally. You shouldn't really have to force yourself to do anything you don't want to do. In conclusion, be supportive of your friends no matter what you're going through, and you're sure to bring about a healthy friendship with them. Now, I believe you have something for me. And yeah, enjoy your cucumbers. And with that, it's been an hour and 20 minutes of just me talking, so thank you guys for joining me in this amazing experience of Sakuya Izayoi plus Nitori Kabashiro give you advice. Good stuff. And even if you already knew a lot of these things, maybe you got to learn something new. And you can apply it on your lives now. I don't mean dabbing. You can do that anytime you want. But yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't play the other game. I wasn't expecting this one to be so long. But it was. So I leave the second Sakuya game for next time. And now I'm gonna rest my throat because it is in need of some sleep. Could go for cuddling with a dog right now. Fun stream. Nice! Please cuddle lots with the doggies. Thanks for streaming. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll be playing more Final Fantasy VI tomorrow. I'm gonna do the side missions we're still missing. And maybe play more Sakuya during the weekend. Bye, sorry for spamming the chat like that. I can't do better next time. No, you have nothing to apologize for, Danny. I am glad you opened during the stream, so it may have been hard, but I'm glad you let all your thoughts out. And yeah, hopefully this stream kind of helped you somehow. And thanks Gerardo for coming by, I appreciate it. Funny how the only half positive comments I gave were censored out by YouTube. Yeah, do not listen to YouTube at all. I'm gonna go play on 3DS. Nice and sweet. Nice. Please have lots of fun. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. You guys take care. Don't sleep too late. And I'll see you all tomorrow. So, bye-bye. And sweet stream. Nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. Alright, I'm going out. So, bye. Take care.